Good afternoon. I'm Ryan W. This is Bobby W. And welcome to Weaved Web Recovery. Today's February 28th, and we're going to read from the Just for Today. Our newly found faith serves as a firm foundation for courage in the future. Basic text, page 96. When we begin coming to meetings, we hear other addicts talking about the gifts they have received as a result of this program. Things we never thought of as gifts before. One such gift is the renewed ability to feel the emotions we had deadened for so long with drugs. It's not difficult to think of love, joy, happiness as gifts, even if it's been a long time since we felt them. But what about bad feelings like anger, sadness, fear, and loneliness? Such emotions can't be seen as gifts, we tell ourselves. After all, how can we be thankful for things we want to run from? We can become grateful for these emotions in our lives if we place them in their proper perspective. We need to remember that we've come to believe in a loving higher power, and we've asked that power to care for us, and our higher power doesn't make mistakes. The feelings we're given, good or bad, are given to us for a reason. With this in mind, we come to realize that there are no bad feelings, only lessons to be learned. Our faith and our higher power's care give us the courage we need to face whatever feelings may come up on a daily basis. As we heard early in recovery, your higher power won't give you more than you can handle in just one day, and the ability to feel our emotions is one of the greatest gifts of recovery. Just for today, I will try to welcome my feelings, firm in the belief that I have the courage to face whatever emotions may come up in my life. Now, 24 hours a day. AA thought for today. We should be free from alcohol for good. It's out of our hands and in the hands of God, so we don't need to worry about it or even think about it anymore. But if we haven't done this honestly and fully, the chances are that it will become our problem again. Since we don't trust God to take care of the problem for us, we reach out and take the problem back to ourselves. Then it's our problem again, and we're in the same old mess we were in before. We're helpless again, and we drink. Do I trust God to take care of the problems for me? Meditation for the day. No work is of value without preparation. Every spiritual work must have behind it much spiritual preparation. Cut short times of prayer and times of spiritual preparation and many hours of work may be profitless. From the point of view of God, one poor tool working all the time but doing bad work because of lack of preparation is of small value compared with the sharp, keen, perfect instrument working for only a short time. But that turns out perfect work because of long hours of spiritual preparation. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may spend more time alone with God. I pray that I may get more strength and joy from such times, so that they will add much to my work. Thank you. What? No president? When told that our society has no president having authority to govern it, no treasurer who can compel the payment of any dues, our friends gasp and exclaim, "This simply can't be." 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 132. When I finally made my way to AA, I could not believe that there was no treasurer to compel the payment of dues. I could not imagine an organization that didn't require monetary contributions in return for a service. It was my first and thus far only experience with getting something for nothing, because I did not feel used or conned by those in AA. I was able to approach the program free from bias and with an open mind. They wanted nothing from me. What could I lose? I thank God for the wisdom of the early founders who knew so well the alcoholic's disdain for being manipulated. Well, I got a little bit of a funny story that happened today. Talks to my character defect of fear, unfounded fear. So I got mail yesterday from my bank, and I have all my stuff with them. And I see 2 envelopes with red lettering, important documents, please open immediately. And I've been struggling to pay my debt with my bank, and I'm playing catch up there. So I'm like, I don't want more bad, I don't want any more negative emotions, from the mail. So I got this mail last night, and my fight or flight response kicked in today and chose fight. So I'm like, all right, I'll open the mail. 2 checks. 2 checks that was a reimbursement for what they owed me. So for no reason whatsoever, I just felt bad about my situation and myself, and I made that mail represent my negative emotions. And there's 2 checks sitting there.
Anticipation.
Yeah, that's right. So you know, you don't have to trust your fear, but these emotions that you deal with every day, whether it's happy, fear, sadness, yeah, they're all there for a reason. And when you're sober, you can really take the time to sift through those feelings. And I was grateful for that today because it reinforced what I just read. So over to you, Bobby.
Okay, so and just for the day, and I'm glad you said that because facing your fears, you know, and just for the day, we're talking about gift, right? We have the gift today. Listen, we have been given a present of knowing who we are, right? Look. The gift is to know that the present. I'm sorry, is to know now I can face my fears such as you've done, right? And I want to say this towards that, like being humble, right? Be humble and walk in humility or be humiliated. And I want to start with that, right? So some of the things that was written down, right? The present, we need to realize that we have the present of our life today in recovery, right? Recovery from whatever we're recovering from, right? Here you are in fear of a piece of mail, right? But today we learn to face that, and here it is. When we face our problems, right? We learn to identify, right? Deal with and move on, right? Our emotions, our fears, our anger, things that we don't like. Some things happen today, right? And it angered me how authority was allowing certain things to happen. But I learned today that if I'm humble, right, I can realize I gotta be considerate of how that person feel, where they come from, their language, their style of life. Because the person was, a different kind of person, so to speak. I don't want to say nothing negative about the person, but their style wasn't up to par in my book. In my book, not nobody else's book. In my book, so I didn't appreciate what was going on. But then I had to realize I had to be humble enough to realize that that's where he at, right? I say be humble and walk in humility, or be humiliated, right? And so I realized today I was humiliated in my lifestyle because that brought me into recovery, right? But today, the sum of my life adds up to where I am today. I'm in recovery today, right? Because of the things I've done that humiliated me. But today I'm learning how to be humble. And I can clothe myself in that humility. So with the fear that you had from the mail, it turns you out to realize that I faced it. I accepted it. I embraced it. As we was talking about the other day, to embrace life, right? And now we can gravitate towards, as opposed to running from. We talked about the light, right? Hiding from, or secrets kill. Now you had to face what was in there because it was a secret to you, so to speak, and now it came out as something that was beneficial to you. Why? Right. Because you faced it. You identified with the fact there was some mail with your name on it, so it's mine. Whatever it is, it's mine. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Right? And I also want to say about in the 24 hours, it say don't run, face our problem. There it is, facing our problem. And look, we may solve them. The solution is to identify the problem. I identify the problem. You identify the problem. The fact that it was your mail. It had your identity on there. So you had to accept that, embrace that, and it turned out to be a good thing. It turned out to be a good thing. So you was humble enough to accept whatever was coming your way. Right? And then you was clothed with humility. I got 2 checks, not 1, 2. So I also want to talk about that, the daily reflections. Your recovery is your responsibility. No one else's, right? And so what it was saying there, it said you can get over oneself, but you can get over on yourself, but you can't fool yourself.
That's true.
If you understand what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely.
You can get over on you. Look. I can get over on me, but I can't fool me. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, your recovery is your responsibility. So when you hide from things, when you don't take responsibility, or when you don't accept the gift that you have today, to accept whatever come your way, to accept the things that I did, to put it in the place that's in, right? The position that you're in now, or that we are in, is because of what we done. However, we're in the position now because of what we done.
That's right.
If that make any sense.
Absolutely.
Right? So accept the gift.
Accept the gift.
Thanks for letting me speak.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.